Let's go to Armando, who joins us in Orlando, Florida. Armando, you're on the Ken Coleman Show.
Hi, Ken. How are you doing today?
Armando, I'm living the dream. What's going on?
Hey, so I work at a TV station, which I won't name on the air, and they let go of my whole department due to COVID, and I'm trying to get that energy back to and go forth with trying to apply at other television stations in the area. I did develop a side project with my girlfriend, website podcasting, all that. We're in the process of building it up. But at the same time, I do need consistent income in the meantime. I know I can't depend solely on that. I do want to stay in media. I have the proximity principle. Read it once. I might read it again.
Good.
But my question is, how do I go about meeting people when television stations might not allow in-person visits to meet somebody, to drop off a resume, to talk to somebody, to shake a hand? Because as you said on your show, I think it was last week or something, that you wouldn't apply to a place without knowing somebody.
Well,
the thing is, I want to know somebody.
Yeah, I get that. And I'm glad you brought this up because I was talking with the team about this. I would not recommend that you have a consistent strategy of just applying at places you don't know anybody. However, I do think there are times where there is an exception to that, and I want to be clear on this. If you are in a certain industry and you have very strong experience and specialty experience to where there's not 8,000 people applying for that position, and it's such a strong skill set and specific skill set that submitting a resume would actually get somebody's attention, then I would go ahead and do it. Do you understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But it is always better in the long run, across the board for everybody, to try to find a connection. But my point is this. Let's say that there was a position open at a TV station in your area, and you didn't know anybody at the station, and it was going to take you, 6-8 weeks to really try to make that connection and figure what that is and how would you do it and all that kind of stuff, and you're trying to figure it out. If you were such a special case in that your experience is higher than a lot of people that are applying for it, and it's not going to be, like I said, a ton of people applying, and you're going to stand out just by simply applying, then I'm okay with that. But what I would do is make sure that in my resume template at kencoleman.com that your who I know are that section is full of TV professionals in Orlando. So that even if it's at another station, there's a good chance when they see those names in the endorsement statements that you're going to stand out. Does that make sense?
Does that include former employees?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because I've been
unless there's a black mark or a stain on them, in the sense that people say, well, they're a bad person, and so we kind of ostracize them. If it's a good relationship and there's nothing negative there, then yeah, I would do that.
Okay. The point I'm a little confused with is naming somebody, even if they don't work directly at that station, that they might be known. What if that...
Well, let me explain it. So the person you're thinking of, and I'm not going to make you tell me their name, what is their position in the Orlando media market? What's their position?
They work, well, the person who used to work at one TV station that I could think of on the top of my head, she works currently in programming at my former employer that let me go.
Right, but is she respected in her position?
Yes.
Is she so people know her in the industry there?
Yes.
Okay, that's what I'm talking about. That you shouldn't be confused about that. That's perfect. You want her giving you a strong endorsement statement. Doesn't matter where she used to work. You're trying to get the current media company or television station to notice you and see you as, oh, this is a really strong candidate. And Armando has got 3 or 4 really strong endorsement statements from professionals that are at other stations. They don't care. They just need to know that you can help them win. That's all they need to know. Make sense?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Yeah. Now, let me give you one other idea that I had, because you and your girlfriend, I think you said you're trying to get this podcast thing going and all these other things. You know what? If that's what you really want to do, then, you've got some transferable talent and experience from your TV career and any other jobs that you've done that could get you a really good day job, okay, and allow you to pursue the dream job on the side. So don't just, kind of, and not that you were, but I want to make sure that you're not being closed-minded on, well, I've got to go back into TV. Well, that's one option, yes, because you've got experience. But the fact of the matter is, right now, since you've been laid off, you love this idea of the podcast and other things, and you'd like to monetize that. So if you want to give it a go and you want to go get a day job, that's what I did. I was selling sponsorships to live events. Let me just tell you, folks, that's a day job for me. There wasn't any passion there, but I didn't need the passion in the day job because it was allowing me to pursue the dream job. And so my eyes were, I got to do what I got to do now, but my eyes and my emotions and everything were focused on the future. So that's an option as well.